What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. So in today's video, as you probably already could see by the title and thumbnail, we are going to be talking about MrBeast Burger and why it actually was trending a few days ago due to, well, their food simply being disgusting. And I am going to put a fair warning at the beginning of this video. I will be showcasing images of the food that people have been posting on Twitter so that you can see just how terribly made some of the food is. So if you're a little bit squirmish to like uncooked food, whatever it may be, gross looking food, make sure to, just have this be the audio and don't actually look at the video portion of it. But with that said, let's kind of recap what is actually going on. So a few days ago, Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, came under fire for the MrBeast Burger franchise on Twitter due to it trending once again due to users taking shots of their food looking, well, nasty overall. Now, something I do want to mention before I actually showcase the images, which means, yes, they're about to show on screen in a moment, is that the fact that some of the restaurants that actually are making MrBeast Burgers, which usually are Boop de Peppa, because if you guys aren't aware, MrBeast Burgers are actually a ghost kitchen, so they're actually hiring other restaurants to make the food for them, and which is why most locations are kind of delivery only. Some places you can pick it up, but it'll be very confusing if you do. But some of these actual locations are being shut down due to health code violations, and that's simply put really bad, especially for MrBeast, because at the end of the day, it's terrible to hear, all these experiences of people having terrible food, but also the fact that some of these restaurants are actually being completely shut down due to health code violations. Now, on screen now will be a slew of images regarding the actual situation going on and some of the food people are actually getting. And I gotta be honest, man, it just looks gross. And the trend did kind of die down a little bit, but it's definitely very interesting to see the experience some people are getting. Now, for those who aren't aware, I've actually had MrBeast Burger on 3 different occasions, and one thing I've actually noticed is that every single restaurant you actually get it from will treat the food and treat how they make it, how they package it, everything differently than another restaurant. For example, the first time I got it was kind of towards the start of it existing, and it was alright, it was good food. However, at the time I couldn't really judge it due to my mouth being kind of burnt from eating very hot pizza the day before. Now, the second time I tried it, it came in smaller boxes, it looked like less food overall, and it just kind of seemed like they skipped out on some of the little, portions of the food. There was less in there than normal, and the final third time I got it was from a different restaurant. This was one of the times I decided to go to a different restaurant, and once again, it was packaged completely differently than the one right before it. And by this, what I mean is MrBeast recently introduced these little, small boxes to actually put your food in instead of having it wrapped up, and these were supposed to make it have a little bit more of a unique experience for those who actually go to try the food. Now, this third time, the third restaurant I ended up going to or having it delivered from used the old packaging, so they didn't even have the new one that had already been out for maybe 2 weeks at that point, and they just didn't have any of the current promotions that the other restaurant did have. However, on the bright side, they actually provided me more food than the other restaurant. So it is super interesting to see that every single MrBeast Burger restaurant, since it is a ghost kitchen, is preparing the food and giving the care of the food completely different than other restaurants, and that makes it kind of a gamble. And in reality, if you get a good MrBeast restaurant near you, you happen to strike gold, go ahead, order it. In my opinion, it's pretty good food. Now, if you do have these reports in your area of MrBeast Burgers near you having terrible food quality, I would definitely say be cautious if you do decide to order it, because as you can see by the images that had been scrolling on screen, this is definitely a health violation. I mean, some places have already been shut down for it, but it definitely is not something you want to encounter if you're going to spend your hard-earned money to, have a little bit of a nice meal just for lunch, dinner, whatever it may be. Now, as of right now, MrBeast has actually not come out and talked about this, and I could make another video talking about something else MrBeast hasn't really addressed fully, but in reality, MrBeast and the Beast Burger franchise seems more focused on the actual dream burger and opening up restaurants in the UK instead of actually trying to express the concerns and address everything that everyone else is throwing at them pretty much. Now, for today's comment question of the day, I want to ask, have you ever had MrBeast Burger, and if so, how was your experience? Did you happen to get a good restaurant, or did you have the worst experience ever? Let me know in the comments down below, and with that said, my name's FireMonkey, and I will see you champs and champettes next time with another video. Peace out.